G'day everybody, welcome back to another episode Crafted by Tim. So recently I was standing in Bunnings. I do this quite often. The people that work at Bunnings, they know me for doing this. I basically walk in and I'll wander around the shop aimlessly until I can think of something that inspires me to make something. Sort of just coming up with ideas for new projects. Recently I was staying in Bunnings. I found my way all the way to the seedling, or more so just seed section, and I saw this tarragon. Yay! And I was like, hey, my brother cooks with tarragon quite a bit. I'll pick up some tarragon seeds, see whether or not I can grow some myself. And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm meant to be coming up with an idea for a project. What am I doing in the seed section? Now I look to my left and I see all of these sort of greenhouses, like the really small ones, and they're brilliant because a lot of people are moving into apartments and that sort of thing, things that you don't often have the ability to have a full garden, you don't have a full herb garden or a veggie patch or something like that, but often you really want it. So I wanted to do the same thing for about $4 to $5. Let's get started. So let's talk about materials. These are two 2.5 litre containers that I got from Kmart. So two 2.5 litre containers, great, sure, whatever, and they come with lids. Now we probably won't need the lids for that. And here I have some recycled timber. I believe it's mostly just it's probably just pine. Sure, let's say it's pine. Hopefully that should be pretty well lit, and maybe some nails and stuff. So first things first, let's measure the complete height of these. So one sitting inside of the other, about 14 centimeters high, or 140 mil. Let's cut this to approximately, perfect, 150 millimeters. Oh wow, would you look at that. So the best way to learn how to, or get better at using tools, is to use them. You may or may not know that I absolutely hate using routers because they are one of the more frightening tools in the workshop. Anyway, so my intention is to use it just to bevel, or just round over the edges like I've done on the bottom. So round over the edges, and then round over the top edges as well, and possibly even the inside edges. Problem is that everything holding this together is, there's very little surface area, and of course I can't hammer nails into it until I do the beveling. I'm gonna take this router over the edges. Yeah. Okay, so the routering failed dramatically. So one of the reasons why I don't like using routers is because when they bite in, and you often can't see. So I had to cut off the top part there. I realized how difficult this is going to be to cut. Because all of my timber was warped to begin with, what I tried to do was I tried to sort of follow the contour of that warp so it gives it a little bit more shape, a little bit more character, and you wouldn't be able to tell that it's warped. It also follows the shape of my container a little bit better. And the plan was to top it off so you can't see the plastic at all. This time I'm going to be using some Jarrah rather than that ply, and I'm basically going to line the lid again with this Jarrah. Problem is that when I go to cut it, it's actually kind of difficult to follow. So what I've done is I've set the table saw to about 40mm. I'm just going to double check to make sure that everything's square. I've got my blade just raised up a little bit. This table saw isn't very accurate. If anyone has any suggestions of which table saw to go for a new table saw, because I am sort of starting to look at getting a new table saw, let me know in the comment section. That actually worked out. I thought I would have to do the second part by hand, but it was fine. It was fine all along. Okay, well, there you go. So that top half is a little bit tight to fit in, but that's actually pretty good. It holds together nicely. And you can turn it all the way upside down. Still comes out, but it takes a bit of effort. Alright, that's not too bad. Really, really rough though. And of course, because of that, I'm going to burn it. Alright, so our nice box is looking actually not too bad, considering that it looked pretty bad about 5 minutes ago before I torched it. Let's set that aside and grab one of our containers. So all that you need to do to this, grab yourself a drill, preferably one with batteries. This one has batteries, it's just broken. And we're going to drill a bunch of holes into the bottom of this. Oh wow, I cracked it. Okay, you know how I said that this one had batteries? It doesn't anymore. So now comes the really tricky part. We take this one that doesn't have the holes in it, and we take this one that does have the holes in it, and we put it inside the one that doesn't have the holes in it. And that's basically it. So a bit closer to the top we have, I've got a little bit of coffee grinds here. Now coffee grinds are incredibly high in nitrogen, so you don't need very much. So specifically for tarragon, you don't need very much in the way of coffee grinds, because tarragon actually doesn't require very much nitrogen. But if you're growing things like potatoes, they actually do like nitrogen. So now we get to do the fun part, which is we get to plant the seed, and then, right, nature grows the seed, and then, right, we eat the seed, and then, right,
we sow the seed, right? nature grows the seed, and then we eat the seed. And then, after that, we sow the seed, nature grows the seed, and then we eat the seed. And then after that again, we sow the seed. Right? Nature grows the seed, then we eat the seed, then we... Right, now shut up!
So we're gonna get all that open. Make sure you shake your seed. And now we're done. Would you look at that in just a few days? Look, we have one. Just okay. Would you look at that? Tarragon.
Wait a second. This isn't Russian tarragon. This is French tarragon. What is the meaning of this? Я думал, что это русский. Это таррагон. Это французский.
Северо-запад! Противник на юге! Они атакуют с юго-востока! Замечен противник на юго-западе! Так точно!
I don't understand Russian. So obviously tarragon doesn't grow in a day. I had you fooled for a second though, didn't I? Anyway, that pretty well does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I don't know, leave a like. More stuff coming soon. I've got a really cool idea for a project. However, it's going to take a pretty lengthy period of time and I've been getting a lot of shifts lately, so although that's good for me, it's not great for making videos. But anyway, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, remember to stay safe, happy crafting, and as always, cheers.